Hey everyone, today I'm going to talk about how Japanese knotweed is helpful for mast cell activation. I'll tell you why, I'll tell you what type of Japanese knotweed, etc. First, let me say I'm not a medical doctor. This is not medical advice. This is based on my personal experience. This is for informational, educational purposes only. Okay, back to Japanese knotweed root. What is Japanese knotweed root? It is a plant that is actually the most nutritious plant on Earth, right? The Japanese knotweed root has more nutrients than anything that you can find on Earth, short of the moringa plant. It has tons and tons of different phytonutrients, has tons of resveratrol, lots of things in it. But the root itself is so strong because Japanese knotweed is an invasive plant species, okay? So it sends out lots and lots of phytochemicals to go ahead and compete underground with all these plants. And the roots themselves are so full of these phytochemicals that they have extreme benefits for the immune system, for the body. So Japanese knotweed root is one of my favorite products. It's not something I use right off the bat with clients. It would be something later in the game when we're starting to deal with cleansing the body out, dealing with some of the resistant infection, etc. But what it does is it calms down mast cells, it stops the release of histamine, it feeds beneficial bacteria, it contains resveratrol, which calms down the immune system, helps balance out Th2 or regulatory T cells, helps to calm down the immune system, it's antiviral, etc. So Japanese knotweed root is good for the gut, it's antiviral, it's anti-Lyme, it's antifungal, and it also calms down mast cells, and it's not hard on the liver or the gallbladder or the gut. That's the reason why it's such a good match all the way around. Now, the best Japanese knotweed that I've come across is usually in powder form. You want to get like the full spectrum stuff. You don't want to get the Japanese knotweed extract. Some of the Japanese knotweed extracts are good. I don't particularly like the ones with alcohol. I like the powders, and I do the powders with, let's say, a little bit of honey, and I mix it with water and drink it. And the Japanese knotweed, that would not be something I would do every day. I mean, like every supplement, I don't do almost any supplement every day. Except for things like magnesium or really basic foundational things like magnesium, zinc, things like that, omega-3s. But outside of that, with herbs, specifically Japanese knotweed, you want to do it like 3 times a week. You want to do it on an empty stomach, ideally, let's say, first thing in the morning. And, if you're getting the powder, it depends on the quality of the powder, but I would get an organic one, absolutely, because some of these can have heavy metals and contaminants in them if you don't get the right quality. And I'd be like start off with a tablespoon, half tablespoon with water, a little bit of honey if you need it because it tastes like crap. And then you work your way up to 2 tablespoons and then 3 tablespoons. The max I'd be doing is like 3 heaping tablespoons with water. And keep in mind, like I said, it tastes really bad. You're gonna have to drink it fast. You're gonna have to mix it with juice. Carrot juice is one that really works well. Carrot juice, actually mixing that with the Japanese knotweed can take the knotweed to your liver. If you got stuff there that needs to be cleansed out or killed, it can help transport it to the liver when you mix it with the carrot juice. You can also mix it with prune juice. You can mix it with water and honey, but you gotta probably mix it with something. Don't be concerned if your bowel movements start to increase, because Japanese knotweed can really improve bowel movements. If you're constipated, that can be one that can help right away. But also you might have, more frequent bowel movements, larger bowel movements. You could even have a little bit of loose bowel movements, but that's not really a concern. Often that's just dumping from the gallbladder or the liver into the stomach. But Japanese knotweed has been really helpful. I mean, it's been effective for people that I work with who had Lyme, who had chronic resistant infections, or had mast cell activation. If you think that it's a good fit for you, just start slow. Always make sure you take it on an empty stomach. Don't take it every day or it'll drain you and wear you down eventually. And the max you want to take is every other day. And then when you go a month or 2 on it, take a couple weeks off, Don't keep going after it over and over and over again with Japanese knotweed. It's one of those things we're using temporarily. It's, a few weeks to a couple months max. Once you get past that point, then we want to get off it, give ourselves a month or so off it, get back on it when you want to. It'll help get you that stamina, that boost of energy that you're looking for, those key nutrients that you can't get anywhere else. And my experience is well worth it. And it's really inexpensive too. You could get like a pound of the stuff typically for $30 or so on Amazon. And as long as it's organic, read the reviews, make sure it all sounds good in the reviews, and give it a shot, give it a shot. But start slow, gradually work your way up. If there's any detox reaction, cut back and stay with the dose that doesn't detox you, and gradually work your way up. It may take yourself a few weeks, a month to get over the detox, but you got to gradually work your way up. And if you take too much and you detox, go back, because you don't want to go ahead and flare up or have die-off reaction or any of that. That's not going to help your immune system heal, because at the end of the day, your symptoms are being caused by one thing: your mast cells, your immune system. They're the cause of your symptoms, not the infection, not this, not that, your own immune system. So we don't want to aggravate your immune system while we're cleansing, or we end up going backwards, right? So thanks for watching, everybody. I have articles on my website about Japanese knotweed root. I also have hundreds of videos, hundreds of articles on that same website, endsickness.org. Take a look when you can. I think it'd be really helpful. And I went through chronic illness for over a decade and then helped my daughter who went through it for over 6 years and have worked with hundreds of people since then. So feel free to reach out, and I hope to hear from you sometime. Take care, everybody.